Good evening. Welcome to Georgetown District High School's Grade 8 Parent Information Evening. I'm Kevin McConvey. I'm one of the vice principals here, and I will be starting our presentation. For all grade 9 transition information, please see the website indicated there. All of this information will be posted to a link afterwards so that you can peruse the slideshow, go to the link to get all of the information about what you need to do to get your student enrolled at Georgetown High School for the 2022-2023 school year. There's our admin team. There are 4 of us here. Our principal is Mr. Gallant. He is unable to join us right now. He is our principal. I'm Mr. McConvey. I have last names A through G. I will let the other 2 briefly introduce themselves.
Hi there, my name is Trish Clark, and I'm one of the vice principals here responsible for students with the last names H through M.
And I'm Rhonda Rummig, vice principal responsible for last names N through Z.
Our current school day at Georgetown is from 8:54 a.m. to 3:20 p.m. Currently, based on the COVID models, we have a week 1 and a week 2, where we have either period 1 in the morning or period 3 in the morning from 9 o'clock to 11:30 a.m. Then we have a common lunch of 78 minutes. And then we have an afternoon block, which is period 2 or period 4. Our hope is that come September, when your students join us, we're able to go back to a more traditional model of 4 periods each day of 75 minutes each. But during our lunch, we have lots of opportunity for students to use our cafeteria, the hallways, the library, etc. In previous school years, we've had the traditional semester model, as I said, and currently we're also doing in semester 1 from September to January 4 courses, and then there are exams in January. And then semester 2, there will be 4 new courses with exams in June. And then all of our grade 9s have a period 3 lunch where they can have lunch together. And I will now turn it over to our next presenter.
So some interesting school facts. Next year, we will have approximately 1,550 students here at Georgetown, which almost a quarter of those, or nearly 400 of those students, will be in grade 9. We are home of the Georgetown 87s, as you can see by Jillian's t-shirt when she presents. Georgetown High School officially opened on January 10th in 1887 on a temporary site, and we started with a total of 69 students. But in 1889, Georgetown High School was opened on our current site, and the building, believe it or not, cost a mere $12,000 to build. In 1959, the original building was demolished, and a newer version opened, which is the one we are in today in 1960. So this coming January, Georgetown will be nearly 135 years old. We are a bring your own device school, meaning we have Wi-Fi enabled 100% throughout the building. So students are encouraged to bring their own devices, laptops, iPads, phones for use in classrooms. And we are Georgetown. We believe in academic excellence, sports, arts, and extracurricular achievements. Currently, we have over 20 academic programs, which include things like our SHISM program, or our Specialist High Skill Major, Co-op, Ontario Youth Apprenticeship, we have CPP, and several other programs within the school. We also have more than 50 clubs and sports teams. I'm going to name just a few for you. We have Art Club and Art Council, things like dance team, we have a GSA, a jazz band, and several sports within the school, including things like archery, badminton, basketball, volleyball, and swimming, just to name a few. If you click on the link, you'll see at the bottom of that slide, you'll be able to see a full list of everything we offer here at Georgetown. And over to Jill.
Hello, my name is Jill Howarth. I'm the student success teacher at Georgetown District High School. Some of you might be wondering about some out-of-area transfer information. We know that all grade 9 students are expected to attend their grade 9 home secondary school. However, there may be cases where you are looking to apply to have your student attend elsewhere. If you click on the link in this form that you can find on our school website, you will find the application form. And these applications are due to the principal by January the 14th of 2022. At Georgetown District High School, we offer a safe and engaging education for your grade 9 students. Students get to engage in a variety of fun and engaging opportunities here in the building, as well as outside on field trips and various curricular ventures they go on. You will see in the following few slides pictures of our students participating in various classes, both elective classes as well as compulsory classes. Here we have a video that was shot prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, but George has a rich sense of pride. We're a school where students get together and participate in activities and make meaningful memories. So please watch this video because we are Georgetown.
"55 years ago, I walked out of Georgetown High School. Fond memories then, fond memories today.
Since I was a student here, a lot has changed.
Nothing from the old school is here, except the memories, fond memories of Georgetown High School."
But one thing hasn't changed: the traditions and heritage of the building.
We are Georgetown.
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 And I'm going to pass this over now to Mr. Pursuti, one of our guidance counselors.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mr. Pursuti, and I am the guidance counselor for students whose last names go from N to Z. Some of the biggest and most common questions that we get in the guidance office about registering for high school is what is the actual process? What does it look like over your grade 8 year to actually go ahead, choose courses, register, and actually start at Georgetown High School in the grade 9 year? So what we thought we'd do is just give you a rundown of what the next year looks like. And it starts with tonight, which is our grade 8 parent information evening, which is in November. And it's next week, actually, where we're going to go into the classrooms of our grade 8 feeder schools. So that would be the students who are at Centennial, Ethel Gardner, Silver Creek, and Stewarttown. We will visit those classes and give them a presentation about what they need to know about starting high school, their courses, the options, give them their option sheets, and information about course descriptions. So we'll be doing that. Usually it's at the end of November, and I think this year it is next week that we're going to be doing that. Those option sheets, those course selection worksheets are going to be due back to the grade 8 teacher, the grade 8 homeroom teacher. And that will be due, typically it is the week leading up to the winter break. So I know we often get grade 8 students that say, wait, I just entered grade 8, now I have to choose my grade 9 courses. And the answer is yes. Yes, you do. Although nothing is set in stone. So our job is to help make sure that you are selecting the right program, the right courses for you. And if you need to make changes throughout the timeline into the spring, we can certainly do that. You just need to reach out to us in the guidance office. So while those course option sheets and the choices that you make are due before the winter break, students will actually go into the My Blueprint website and select their courses in My Blueprint, which is the digital copy of their courses. Of course, this only applies to the students that are at our 4 feeder schools. If you are a student that is in maybe the Catholic or separate system, a private school, you don't have access to the My Blueprint account, but you can see all of the course options, the worksheets, and course choices on the website that Mr. McCombie mentioned at the start of this presentation. And then really what happens is you don't really hear from us until spring. So the grade 8 year proceeds, and then in the spring, we're going to send over our strongest students, our leaders, the ones who really make great connections with our students. Those are our Link Crew students, and we're going to meet them and send our senior leaders over to the grade 8 so that they could meet them and learn the things that you need to know about starting high school. What kind of binders do you need? What kind of things do you need to do over the summer to prepare? So we'll do all that in the spring, and then we will actually run our orientation activity, our orientation day for grade 9s, and that's typically in the week before Labor Day. That would be when all of our students attend the school here to have their first orientation to grade 9. So that's pretty much what the grade 8 year looks like. So speaking of Link Crew leaders, I'm going to send it back to Ms. Howarth, who's going to tell you a little bit more about the Link Crew leaders and what our Link program is.
Thanks, Mr. Pursuti. Our Link Crew leaders are senior students who show leadership potential in our school. They are very interested in helping to make your students' life easier and better in their grade 9 school year. Link leaders are chosen in the spring for the following school year. They are chosen to be students in grade 11 or 12. They complete an application and then join our Link Crew. And our Link Crew really connects with the grade 9 students. They work very hard together to try and make grade 9 a fun year and a happy year for your students. This starts with getting together even before the summer to start planning an orientation and practicing orientation. Link leaders will record videos with some answers to frequently asked questions that come from grade 8 students. Link leaders run and present the orientation at the end of August. Link leaders are here on the first day, dressed in their Link Crew shirts, cheering and welcoming your students to Georgetown District High School. They are at the doors. They will help your student find their classes and make the first day a safe and hopefully happy day for your student coming into grade 9. Our Link leaders are positive role models. They work both with their Link groups, which are groups of approximately 10 grade 9 students, and run small group activities such as study skills, such as community building activities. And in fact, we have an activity coming up soon where Link leaders and their grade 9 students will be sharing a plate of cookies and talking over how the first term in grade 9 has gone, and just having a chat and getting to know each other a little bit better. Our Link leaders plan social events. They run cocoa and cram sessions prior to exams. They are involved in peer tutoring. They are involved in mentorship, sometimes run small games clubs, and they will often run Google Meet activities. All of these activities are done with their teacher mentors in charge, and then the Link leaders go ahead and maintain those connections with their grade 9 students. All right, I'm going to send this over to Carrie Foster. She's another one of our guidance counselors.
Hi there, I'm Ms. Foster, and I'm a guidance counselor who works with students with the last names A to G. And I'm going to introduce you to the 6 different program pathways that we have for your students here at Georgetown District. We will have some future slides coming up which explain some of these pathways in more detail as well. So the first pathway, the academic/DStreamed pathway, is the one that most of our students will be part of. And Ms. McConvey is going to speak to the de-streaming in just a couple of moments. We also have the ALP program, the Accelerated Learning Program for students who are interested in pursuing the IB program in grades 11 and 12. We have the Community Pathways program, as well as French Immersion, a gifted program, and then a locally developed and essential program. And we would highly encourage students and potentially parents to speak with the grade 8 teachers to get some feedback on which pathway would be the best fit for your student as they're choosing each of their subject areas. I'm going to turn it over now to Mr. McConvey, who's going to explain a little bit more about de-streaming next year for grade 9 students.
Thank you, Ms. Foster. So as you may have heard in the news recently, all grade 9 programs will be de-streamed for the 2022-23 school year. This past year, we did have de-streamed math as a pilot project. Math will remain de-streamed. Science will receive a new de-streamed curriculum. And then other program areas will also be de-streamed, but will not necessarily receive new curriculum yet. English and geography and French will all be offered as they currently are as an academic course to all students, with the maintenance of locally developed programs, essential pathway, or even open pathway in French for those students who do not have a great deal of background in French. But the bottom line is that all grade 9 core programs will be de-streamed for the next school year, and elective areas are already de-streamed. The arts, technology, phys ed have always been open, which means that they have not been streamed academic or applied, and they will remain so. And that will, so there's much work to be done here for us at the school to get ready, but that will be the case for September of 2022.
The ALP program, the Accelerated Learning Program, is a 2-year program that is specifically meant for students that are interested in the IB, the International Baccalaureate Program, which is only a grade 11 and grade 12 program. So between the two programs, ALP and IB, it is a 4-year program. We have students that are interested in the ALP program, the ALP Accelerated Learning Program, because it is specifically meant to prepare for IB, but it gives you that academic challenge as well. There is a separate application process that needs to be acquired if you want your child to apply to ALP. That can be found on the school board website or linkable through our Georgetown IB website. These are all found on our school website, the grade 8 to grade 9 information website. So the ALP application form is due far earlier than the course selection option sheet is to the grade 8 homeroom teacher. So the due date actually is December 3rd, and the application is open now. It opened at the end of October and is open right now for students to use the ALP application system right on the school board website. As I said, the due date is December 3rd, so make sure you get that in. And then when the student is filling out their course options for Georgetown High School, they still have to fill in the worksheet, choosing their classes, and they should match up the courses that they suggested on the ALP application that they want to take. They should match those to the worksheet that they'll be submitting to us in the guidance office, and make sure that those match up. If you do live out of district, out of the Georgetown High School catchment area, you still will need to follow through on both the worksheet for us here in the guidance office, as well as the school board form. And there will be an optional attendance process that needs to be completed as part of that. But really in charge of this program would be Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart is our IB and ALP coordinator, so you can see his email on the screen there. If you have any further questions, you could email him directly, or you could check out his website, the IB ALP website.
So as your student is looking forward to their high school career, we want to take a few minutes to look at the graduation requirements. So what they'll need to do in their time with us. So the first piece would be the credits that they're taking while they're here. And in order to receive an Ontario Secondary School diploma, students need to successfully complete 30 credits. And of those credits, 18 are compulsory and 12 are elective. The next component is the community involvement hours. And so these are 40 hours that a student can achieve throughout their time while they're at Georgetown District. And students can actually begin this right after graduation in grade 8. So the summer before they begin grade 9, they can begin working on their community involvement hours. We have lots of information on our school website about this, including a list of possible placements where students could go to do these volunteer hours, as well as they can look on the website to find the form itself that they need to fill out. And they can also upload that completed form so that we can track those hours for them. The idea behind the community involvement hours is that these should be hours that do not replace paid work, but that provides an opportunity for the student to do something to benefit the community. So getting involved in perhaps a charity, a community-based organization, something that they're passionate about, enables them to actually give back to the community and also build some great skills for their resume. The last part of the graduation requirements would be the literacy requirement. And this is the OSSLT test, which is typically taken in grade 10 year. And we provide lots of support in terms of getting students ready for this course. Through their classes, they'll have the opportunity to do practice tests and sample the types of questions that they will be asked on this literacy test. So together, those three components make up the requirements for students in order to successfully achieve their OSSD and graduate. On the next slide, you'll see a listing of the compulsory courses that students are required to take for their OSSD. So I mentioned that they need 18. On the left-hand side there, you'll see the 15 required courses and the number of credits they need to take in each subject area. So for example, a student would need to take 4 English credits, so that would be 1 each year, including then 3 math, some sciences, and right down the list. Then you'll notice to the right, there are 3 groups. So these courses are still required and compulsory, but students get to choose. So they need to choose 1 in group 1, 1 credit from the list in group 2, and 1 credit from the list in group 3. And this just ensures that students have a variety of courses that they complete as they work towards their OSSD. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Prizzuti now, who's going to cover some of the elective options that students have.
Thanks. So there are a lot of elective options all the way through grades 9 to 12, everything from arts all the way to technology. So there are a number of options for students to do. Just because they only need the 3 math credits doesn't mean that they need to necessarily stop at the end of grade 11. They can certainly take math into grade 12. And so there are options for many of these courses in all of the grades. Now, specific to grade 9, our grade 9 elective options, there's also a wide variety. So if we can go to the next slide, I'll show you some of those options. In arts, we have visual art, so that would be drawing, painting, etching, sketching. And then we also have drama, and we have music. Now, music, there are 2 options. One would be instrumental music. If your child does play an instrument, they can certainly choose that. Or we have vocal music. It is the same curriculum between the instrumental music and the vocal music. We just separate the voice from the instrument. So unfortunately, you're not able to do both instrumental and vocal. You'd have to choose between the 2 of them. In our business department, we have an Introduction to Business and Computers course. So that would be a great option for students if they're interested in that. For social sciences, we have the introduction course called Exploring Family Studies. And that would be a great course to, it's kind of a survey of all of the different areas of the social sciences, including nutrition, health, fashion, parenting, all those sorts of things. And then in the technology department, most of our technology courses are a rotation between between 2 different subjects. That is except for cosmetology, which is a standalone course, hairstyling and makeup, in other words, and robotics. So those 2 courses stand on their own, and the rest of them are a rotation. New for this upcoming year, we have a female-only tech rotation course, which we'll be offering for next year, and that will be on the option sheet that you can see. What we ask, though, is that students only select 1 technology course in total. So students in grade 9 do get 2 elective options, unless you're in French immersion, in which case you will get 1 elective option. So those 2 options, we just don't want you to choose 2 technology courses because much of it is the same curriculum. So you can choose up to 1 technology and then 1 other course. On the next screen, I have a screenshot of what our option sheet looks like. So that is the option sheet. That is the actual sheet, the worksheet, the handout that you will be getting from us in the guidance from the guidance counselors when we visit the feeder schools next week. And again, if you are attending this presentation and you're not from one of our feeder schools, welcome. You can also get this worksheet on our school website. And this is the document that needs to be filled in completely with the parents and perhaps with some insight from the teacher and of course student voice and student input as well. This is where you'll choose the courses that you'd want to take, both compulsories and electives on this document. All of our course selection information is available on the guidance website. So that would be geo.hdsb.ca/guidance. And along the top where it says guidance, you can even go down to the drop-down menu and specifically go to the grade 8 to grade 9 transition information webpage. So that webpage, again, has all the information that you need. But that option sheet I was just mentioning is due to the grade 8 homeroom teacher before the winter break. And if you are from out of district, you could send that directly to us with your registration paperwork by the second Friday in January. I do believe that it is. Next, I want to introduce to you Mr. Gallant, who's going to speak to you, introduce himself as he's just joined us a little bit late and talk to you about what the rest of the evening has in store.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mike Gallant. I have the joy and honor of being the principal at Georgetown District High School. I've loved being my time here because we have a wonderful team. And you've heard from our guidance team this evening, and you've heard from our admin team. The people that you really want to hear from, though, quite frankly, are those teachers in the classrooms and the department heads. They can give you a real feel for what Georgetown is like. While we can provide an overview, you probably have a lot of questions about some more specific things regarding curriculum and just how we make sure that we deliver excellence in education. We've been doing it since 1887 on this site. I think by now we're kind of figuring out how to do it. We want to have the chance to support your youngster in their 4 years at Georgetown. The class of 2026, I can tell you, is going to get a fantastic experience at our school. And meeting the people that will help make that happen is possible through the link in our agenda, or in our presentation, rather. See right here, there's a link on the word agenda. I think Ms. Howarth is controlling and can bring that up and show you how to access. There we go. Oh, no, it went to the next slide. We have a set of links anyway. There we go. Our grade 8 parent information night. You'll see in here all of our breakout sessions where you can speak to our admin team or each department head. If you have specific questions about how we do English or math or tech or any of our subject areas, will be available in Google Meets and able to help you out with those specific questions. We do provide a robust and composite experience at Georgetown District High. We are always trying to meet the needs of our community better. And that's why, Ms. Howarth, if we go to our last slide, once more, sorry to pop you back into the presentation, you'll see all the different ways in which you can interact with our school. There's our Instagram account. There's also our website and our Twitter account. Interact with us, connect with us, let us know how we're doing and how we can better meet your needs. Georgetown is all about a partnership. We feel it's our duty to help every student find their pathway to success. And we know that the class of 2026 is going to be successful in that regard. We thank you very much for your time this evening. We commend you for putting time into helping understand our school and how we can meet your needs, and look forward to partnering with you in the future. Thanks, everybody. Mr. Pizzuti, I believe back to you for final instructions, I think.
Sure. So just make sure you check the website for details on the course selection worksheets and course descriptions. All of that is on the grade 8 to grade 9 information. If you have any questions, please find us in the guidance breakout session just now. Thanks, everyone.